And that's why cats are better than dogs. Oh, we're live! Good evening, Free Enterprise fans!
What a funny story.
Oh, we've got a heck of a race here today. Looks like, we've got an edge start for this banger of a match coming up between rhybon and Scratchdragon. What do you think of what we're seeing here?
Oh, hi, Edge. Well, we've got some objectives. I don't know about you, but I feel like, somebody here might be a little chicken. Cheep! Cheep, 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 cheep!
They might well be. I don't actually know the room, sorry.
So anyway, how's your free enterprise?
Well, whatever happens here, I think Free Enterprise or no, there's a good chance somebody's gonna get publicly owned.
You usually have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, but, we've got a, looking at the actual objectives here, we've got, complete the Tower of Zot and defeat the king at the Tower of Monsters. That's the Leviathan spot.
Yeah, you generally don't like to see it, unless you're the crowd, in which case, it can be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, that's a potentially very, very nasty spot here.
Like, it's very high attack, and on this flag set, there is no case summon, so you're not going to get a key item there, meaning you would normally not be fighting that spot, without it being one of the objectives.
Yeah, like, really the only time anybody actually takes that fight without it being an objective is if it's, like, super, super free, which it can be, if you get certain monsters, like, honestly, Vanilla Leviathan, not that bad there. But, this, if you get a punchy boss, that's a very hard-hitting, very fast spot, and it's gonna be exciting to see here, because we've got, like, a Pink Puff, in rhybon with one of our oldest runners here. He's been away for a while, but Scratchdragon's been around, so we've got a real old versus new race, and, oh, I like this team. What do you think?
Well, we're not gonna see a keyless tower tonight, that's for sure. But Kane and Edge, that's a pretty good power duo. Find some good weapons for them, and you can take on a lot of this early seed fairly easily.
Yeah.
And we've either got a full leg or a quarter leg at the buy-in spot.
I always think that's a good sign, seeing a bit of leg.
Yeah, trading 2 arms for some quantity of leg. It's like I'm trying to place an order at Boston Market.
Yeah. And we've got an immediate divergence here. They're both doing an initial loot, but Scratchdragon is doing the Watery Pass, and rhybon is going to Eblan, and we're gonna see here who gets the best set of items for their characters. I think for these characters, I'm a little more inclined to the Eblan play, but Watery Pass can definitely turn out things like Ninja Swords, so we'll see if there's anything good there.
Yeah, not seeing anything too stand out. There was a black sword at Eblan Castle, so if rhybon finds a Cecil before completing Mount Ordeals, that could be a slight help. Oh, Lunar Staff right there. That's a pretty decent.
Scratchdragon gets a second black belt shirt and a Blizzard Spear, which is Not
So
bad at all for that, Kane.
yeah, so Kane is pretty good to go for early seed.
Like, the
And
nice
that
thing about Edge, too, for the start, is even if you don't find something, the short swords are still good enough to get you through the overworld, really. You want to find better, and you're hoping to find better along the way. But, you know, if you don't, you'll make do.
yeah, Edge's base stats are pretty obscene,
Yeah, because of
to say
course
the
in vanilla
least.
he joins quite late, so he comes loaded for bear.
And while rhybon continues to loot the castle, looks like Scratchdragon is about to uh, head up Mount Hobbs, and I guess we'll find out who our first possible character and boss are.
Yeah, this should be a good check here. Not slowing down over the lack of finding anything for Edge, and that is
Ooh, it's a blue robe. Oh,
Fabul Gauntlet for a Palom.
uh,
That does not feel very good. And yeah, Scratch is no, he's noping out of that and just going to Antlion instead.
yeah,
Cannot blame him.
Quake Kid is nice, but with a alt gauntlet and two powerful starting characters already, then you can just leave. You don't need.
Two powerful starting characters with a very limited AoE capability. Like, you've got Flame, you can use a Blizzard Spear, but there's no quick way through that fight. And frankly, knowing Palom is in the seed alone is, I think, enough. You'll run into another one, I'm sure. But we're gonna see what rhybon's take on the gauntlet situation is.
There's a light sword. There in that room in Antlion.
Yeah, the full Antlion sweep is coming off fairly well for him, and we've got a boomerang for that edge, so we get him immediately back road.
Yep.
Which is fantastic.
And rhybon's about to discover the gauntlet.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh yeah. He's using
Oh, middle sword for that edge there. That'll do. It's not ideal, but you know.
Edge comes with Flame as a ninja skill by default, which is an AoE. Takes out the skeletons with no problem, but does take a while to charge up.
Yeah, the bigger issue is that if you're using it against the gauntlet, he has enough magic points from the initial levels to cast Flame 4 times.
Yep, which means one fight is gonna be some other way. But at least at the end of this, he will have some experience on that Palom.
Yeah, that will be very nice to have, and I think that's a good argument for doing this. But there's the other problem with that flame. It doesn't work on those spirits. There's a Baron key from that Antlion, so that's another character check open for Scratch.
There's a karate with the Baron key, so I'm gonna go ahead and call that French vanilla.
I'm not sure if that's French vanilla.
Is it like one of those, like, vanilla bean, maybe? Like the vanilla bean ice cream that's, like, different from vanilla?
I think vanilla bean is too vanilla, because it's in a completely different spot. It's the boss with the correct key item. Like, that's something with vanilla in it. But I don't think it's a primary vanilla.
It's like that, like the vanilla soft serve you get at, like, McDonald's or something. Also, Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man.jpg. Oh, hi! Oh, hi!
There's our wyvern.
That armor was, very useful there.
Yes, it was. And there's our other leg. Oh, full leg at the start of the seed.
Yeah, so this is the quarter leg. halfway to destruction.
And this should go fairly well. We got the jump gonna land right on the 2184. Yeah, we hit the weaknesses twice easily, so we've got a very good team for handling that. And now we've got a Cecil with a light sword in hand, and oh look, there's a shield for that Kane. Your commentators today are me, Neon Gray, and with me is the lovely, fancy Dijon Ketchup.
Hi.
Dijon Ketchup is fancy. It's that's how it's defined.
So, oh, a play you don't see often, just robbing the shop.
I kind of like that, because you got it this early, and these are gated shops, so you're gonna get... I don't know for sure if these are slightly better chests than outside, but either way they're there, you're looking for chests. Got a full moon for the edge.
Full moon, pretty good. Already back row glitched, but,
Yeah,
you know,
still a pair of full moons. Those are much better weapons than anything he starts with, so...
It's still pretty good for, you know, everything he's got right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And,
not impressive otherwise as gated shops go, but, hey.
rhybon taking on Mylon and friends. So, you know, come on in, come to the place where fun never ends.
I would be worried if that was what I saw at Fraggle Rock, like a zombie apocalypse.
What about Fraggle? Wait, what about Fraggle Rock?
I might have completely misunderstood what you were going for then.
Oh, I was referencing the Garfield and Friends theme.
Right, Garfield and Friends is not Fraggle Rock. Look, it's been a very long time since I sat over at Grandma's watching those tapes over and over and over again. And I feel like I remembered the superior show.
Hey, free sword
There's a pad in Kabul, which is quite nice. That's one of those reasons why I don't like going out of my way to fade Fabul. Like, if it's convenient to do so, I think, sure, I'll hold off for it, but really, I tend to think, you know, don't fade Fabul, and rhybon, in advance of getting any Cecils at all, starts heading for Reduce.
Yeah, we're getting very different routes from both of our runners tonight.
Yeah, like, and this is really interesting to see, just, what it's doing here. Like, I like these risks that, Scratchdragon's taking with, going for the slightly more advanced bosses early. rhybon's using a fairly conventional vanilla-based route, which is, you know, it's a good way to ensure you'll always be able to handle the bosses with relative ease.
Yeah, and Kane getting, good mileage out of that Blizzard Spear, having taken out both legs.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a free boss at the first spot there, which is...
Yeah, it's...
not a spot I really want to see a free boss.
Not really, but it's also one of those spots where, yeah, it's faster to just, take King and Queen Deblin down to the Hades yourself rather than wait for them, because there's not a lot of HP at this spot, and
yeah,
their stats are like, their stats are very low no matter where they're at, but like especially here.
Yeah, it's just they're very slow there. We did see the script kill on Queen Evelyn, who will just self-end when she gets a turn by herself. And
there was a wall on the throne in Baron, slightly confused as the physics on that.
You're confused about physics with that evil. Well, I'm confused about biology with this antlion on this mountain. We all know that antlions are native to the moon. What are you doing here on this rock on Earth?
I mean, it clearly fell off the moon and landed on the mountain. That's just science, Neon.
Are we getting lunar cries? Okay, you don't get Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, fine.
I have not played the PS1 Final Fantasies.
You know what? I'm gonna call you the winner there.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Hey, we have Iridia.
Huh. I don't think she really brings much to that party.
Yeah, I for one like Rydia, but
Yeah, like I've really warmed up to Rydia on this flag set. I think the greater availability of Leviathan has really given her a niche she has never had before. But
can our hero Edge survive this last Mount Ordeals fight on his own?
I don't know. I mean, this is gonna be tough.
Well, the hook will bring him back, so
Another free fight on Ordeals.
Ordeals taking all the free fights. Pinktail and Baron.
That's gonna be real exciting for Scratch when he gets that hook. Because, there's a good chance of getting a Crystal Sword or an Avenger, and, them's good eating.
Scratch taking that, Chocobo Forest, chest.
There's good loot in there. And those guards go down.
And rhybon is...
Oh, I think rhybon walked by that chest that Scratch just took for a Dwarf Axe. That is huge for that kid, just being able to hit back rows without the penalty.
Yeah, Dwarf Axe, pretty good back row.
Yeah, yeah, it's on the one hand, it's great for being able to put your strong fighters in the back row, but there's also a number of bosses that exist in the back row. Like, part of why CPU can be even extra annoying, that CPU is in the back row. If you're not getting a penalty just for hitting it, it's much nicer. rhybon seizes Cecil. Yeah, he does not have that light sword, so...
Also, Rydia doing what Rydia does best.
Yeah, she's just having a little nap, it's fine. Yes, as Commander Leonhardt mentions, Mega Sister's in a bad spot with a lot of HP are another great boss to have your character's back row glitched for. Like, remember, it's not just a defensive move. Like, it is really helpful to have that done.
Yeah, I not a fan of the Magus Sisters in the best of circumstances.
Yeah, they're tough.
And rhybon gets a Paladin because he already completed Mount Ordeals before getting some Baron in.
Yeah, but he has consciously faded that Antlion, which means he doesn't have that Baron key, so he's not getting that Pinktail. Which is fine, it's not a needed key item, but it does mean that one of these characters is gonna be short for at least a while on some good gear. That I'm sure we're gonna see what it is quite shortly.
Yeah, if he goes back to Antlion and fights that karate, he can do the shortcut fight, despite the fact that at this point in levels, you'd probably just, like, breathe on karate and knock him down. Oh, speaking of, here we go.
Oh yeah, we'll see if he gets that light sword too, because it is a little bit out of the way, but not too far. The thing is, it is past the screen transition, so rhybon may decide to avoid that. Oh no, he's going for it. He's gonna get that light sword. And to answer Akamchi in chat, yes, Moonveils are now tier 7. They are incredibly powerful, like one of the strongest items in the game. They can and will trivialize any fight that relies on the fight command from the boss. Everyone gets his boys in place. I would consider, if I were him, moving that cane to the middle slot just for greater accuracy, which is a real advantage of this fight set. Because you could have characters in the middle without anchoring on them.
And speaking of middle, rhybon did pick up a middle sword.
Always handy. Everybody likes a middle sword.
I mean, it just takes some time.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of the ride. And yeah, that karate wasn't even gonna last until the script.
Yeah, and looks like Scratch is gonna take out Fabul now before going for that, before going to pop that hovercraft. Which, again, good call, because we know that's gonna be the pad.
Oscar, the reference is from, like, 2001. That's not that old.
I mean, we could... There are so many older references you could do with a middle sword, like... You know, there's...
But I mean, like, Garfield
Stuck in the
and
middle
Friends
with
was an
you.
older reference.
What else would be middle? Well, that's the only other thing I can think of with middle in it.
Well, while we're all dealing with our mortality, so is Mylon.
Yes, he expresses a sentiment that I'm sure many of us at our ages say, "Oh, my body."
It's that John Mayer song, right? Because the body is a wonderland.
I mean, maybe yours is. I'm just
If by that you mean terrifying and confusing.
That's just how bodies do.
So anyway, Scratchdragon and rhybon are slowly picking up on all the spots that the other has taken care of already. And
yeah, I'm just getting a slow convergence here, but now looks like we are gonna get to see that lovely, lovely pink tail item.
But first, who's in the waterfall? The answer may surprise you.
It's you!
It's. I hope I'm not a plague.
I mean, you floating and...
I got vaccinated and everything.
Look, it was a funnier joke before I knew what the boss was. And rhybon even going for some of the same chests.
Indeed.
Now we're gonna get to see here what's inside the pink tail.
Now for something completely different.
A rat with 3 tails.
Or an Artemis hero.
I mean, those are very good.
Yeah. Rhybon finding the Levia orb.
That'll be handy shortly.
Yeah. Couple Levia orbs. Good to have when you've got a Iridia.
Yeah. Some good dwarf axe. Like, I like arty arrows a whole lot. They're very good, and if we had somebody who was prepared to make use of them, Riddy, of course, can't equip them, but in general shouldn't.
We just need to go back for that Porum.
That was a Palom.
Or Palom.
But Palom also shouldn't.
Look, I'm trying to help.
Are you, though?
Yes.
Okay. I just had to make sure. I detest your commitment to helping.
Maybe there'll be a Rosa in the cave.
Maybe, but we're not going to find out yet, because Scratchdragon is still looting.
But really tracing each other's steps here.
Yeah, but as we can see, as he scrapes through all of this, while he has a sword and a shield for that Cecil, he doesn't have much else.
He may have a sword and a shield, but he doesn't have a brilliant diamond or shining pearl.
No, we're not going to Sinnoh.
Also a little late for that black sword.
True, but he's actually going to use the crystal armor, because that's what he's got.
I mean, it's not like he can berserk at this point.
It's true.
And Rydia is gonna turn into 2/3 of a mage. A white mage, I should say.
I mean, that's a thing that some people have said they're willing to rely upon.
And Scratchdragon opting to fight with this grimoire, and that's a good grimoire.
That's a good grimoire.
Yeah, so that's that's an easy trapped chest.
Yeah, I got some levels on that Cecil. Let's see what he's got.
And the Rydia.
rhybon gets his disappointing pigtail.
Oh, that's worth.
Yeah.
That is value when you have a Cecil and a Kane.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there.
Remember what I said about not being able to Zerk Cecil at this point?
We sure can now.
Now, we'll see if Scratchdragon ends up trying to steal... I believe you can steal Bacchus wine from the Mad Ogres, right?
You can, but it looks like he's not trying to, and it's honestly very hard at low levels.
Yeah. Well, and also, he just found that Avenger, so...
Yep, just gonna take the XP and run. Well, let's see rhybon's disappointment.
Show me potato salad!
The thing, too, is that I think from a pink tail, already arrows are extra disappointing for another reason, and that's because as soon as you have a, as soon as you have a darkness crystal, you can go steal more.
Oh, that went so fast for Scratchdragon on that menu. I did not see what he got from that chest.
Neither did I. Oh, it's a glass hat, which, not bad.
It has its uses.
Yeah. Like, slap that on that Cecil, in that back row, he's gonna do some good tanking.
It's gonna do Cecil things.
And we're just gonna finish the clear here, which might as well at this point, and that tiara is gonna go real nice on that Rydia.
Yeah, if rhybon's going back for the trap chests, he's gonna be happy with that Avenger from this chest specifically.
Yeah.
He's going for the flame route, though.
I mean, for this fight, I do generally prefer that, just because one flame will take out all the skulls, and then the Staleman will just, be hit to death. Or possibly, virused. Or both. Look at him go.
that jump has,
And there's Quake on the kid.
Yep. Scratchdragon having some issues, it looks like.
Yeah, this fight is pretty nasty. You don't think of it so much because the monsters themselves, like, they're not that bad, but, Bluster's bad, Entice is bad. If you can't one-shot these things, you're in trouble. Oh, rhybon is gonna try and go for some, Bacchus wines.
Yeah, I guess that Avenger wasn't enough.
I mean...
Well, it looks like he just tried for it once and is just gonna...
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's either gonna try and cut it down to 1 before doing it seriously.
Well, he got 1.
Yeah, especially this early, you do not want to do this, with many, fights. What was
Okay,
that?
that was a samurai bow for Scratchdragon.
Well, somebody
So
can
if
use
we
the
can-
arty arrows.
So if we can find a good archer, maybe we'll have a Rosa
Well-
or Porum.
You know who is also a good archer, and could be if we came up against a boss that happened to be a dragon? Cecil.
Indeed. Iridia can use a bow, but should Iridia use a bow?
I would prefer to have Rydia end fights as opposed to just shooting things.
Also, I did not see where Scratchdragon picked up Sylph for Rydia.
I think it was in a chest somewhere.
And also, the very first chest is the monster chest, so the rest is just free looting.
And that's another crystal armor, which
that's money.
Yeah, that's good money. And there's a chance that there'll be a Leviathan to purchase, because Scratch has not found one in a shop. Or one in a box. But, oh, it's the inventory boss.
The true final boss. Oh, apparently Sylph was for sale.
Oh, okay, Sylph was for sale. It usually is somewhere.
Much like the hit Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen single brother for sale. And yeah, Scratchdragon bought a Leviathan because he did not find the 2 free ones. Or else he did and then sold them.
I mean, the important thing is he has a Leviathan. Oh, there's a very nice. That'll be handy when it comes to, oh, there's a Sylph.
Yeah. Left those 2 chests in the middle. Okay, well, there's a dupe and a dialogue, so yay, I guess. I mean, of all things, like, Dr. Luge, not the most threatening thing in that spot.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And it looks like he's done looting for the moment, because he's not going out of his way on these bad little chests, Scratchdragon. And rhybon is armed with a Quick Kid, but also coming up hot on Scratchdragon's heels.
Yeah, not looting here, probably the good choice for rhybon, although he'll, oh, he's actually staying at the inn. That's not a thing you see often.
Well, he hasn't found camping gear. So if this is his last chance to really heal before the King Queen Eblan spot, yeah, no, it makes sense.
Eh. Rhybon bought a handful of Lilith rods. And that's the Dark Elf.
Oh.
Which,
well, that's a fairly trivial, route underground then, really.
Yeah, although, I will say, the Dark Elf can really get you down here if you're not expecting it.
That's true. But,
It's got those, weak spells and everything.
yeah, it's true, but, he's got a pack of Tier 3s, and he is just churning right through that.
Onto the Paladin phase of it, which Leviathan is probably gonna just destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're...
So does he go back to Save Between, knowing this is a pretty easy boss coming up?
Didn't take him very long to get through Dark Elf, so
yeah, he's just going right for it.
Yeah, I think risking it to move forward is probably the right play, because if you know, if you end up wiping, you don't take very long to get through Dark Elf again.
Yeah, and you don't expect a wipe to this. Like,
Yeah, I'd be pretty confident in taking this boss out with this party.
yeah, you got your big strong boys, you got your Leviathan.
And rhybon is like right up on Scratchdragon's heels here.
Yeah, and he's gonna have an easier time of it even than Scratch did, because in addition to that Leviathan, he's got Quake.
Yep, he got the pallet.
Yeah. Through the first half there, and now for the real fight.
Then, poison. Kuzco's poison. The poison for Kuzco.
Seems to be the poison for Cecil, Kane, Edge, and Rydia.
Can also be for Kuzco. It's for multiple people.
That's some poison.
Look, you're telling me that if they made, like, a movie out of this, you couldn't see Patrick Warburton being the voice of Dr. Luge.
I mean, I would picture him sounding more like Skeletor, really.
But he's not always a skeleton, though.
No, but Skeletor sounds pretty mad scientisty.
Ah. Curse
See?
you, He-Man!
See? And that's a purple robe up there. That's gonna be regular Mylon?
No, that's gonna be Mylon Z. Because we already fought Mylon and friends.
Yes, you're right. That's... Which one is regular Mylon? Because we've got Mylon with his friends, but maybe Mylon Z is the regular Mylon.
But Scala, that would just be confusing because Psychonauts is my favorite game.
And rhybon also not going back to save, so you'll be through this quite quickly. That Dark Elf is not even a speed bump.
But like Mylon Z is like not the regular; it's the second
But it's
form.
his true form.
Okay, but like you had Dragon Ball, and then you had Dragon Ball Z, the sequel series.
But the manga was all just Dragon Ball.
But in that case, both are the original.
This is where people get the philosophy of video games books from. Look, we don't talk about Mylon GT.
Mylon GT is just the Mylon that's part of the Elements fight. That's why the sprite for it is still Leg and not him, even though he's first.
Oh, we got a rat tail.
Yeah, Sheila won, got the rat tail.
And the sand ruby.
Sand ruby. We have not seen who's in the bed yet. So, we'll see if Scratchdragon goes to check that out.
He's still down a party member, so it's very likely that he will. And I think we have another real question here now that rhybon gets through this. How long will rhybon do Poison Walk?
Too long.
I think we're gonna need his audio to be sure.
It's a good thing I have the stream muted then.
I mean, so do I. I don't want to hear my own voice. Oh, that's a darkness crystal.
Alright, so... indirectly, the goods.
Yeah, like, everybody loves Sheila.
That's my favorite CBS sitcom.
Much better than that Raymond guy. Who cares about him?
Deborah!
Sheila is better than Raymond. That's all I'm saying. Oh.
Oh. So there's nobody. There's nobody in the bed. That's so weird.
I have frequently been willing to go to bat for Edward. I mean, we've got a samurai bow. We've got the means to get even more Artemis arrows, but I don't think we're gonna be taking that.
Yeah. Scratchdragon's like, look, I'd rather have a party of 4 than deal with Edward.
Well, and he does have a darkness crystal check right away, too. So we can find that character pretty easy.
So, Wyvern Light is in the Mist Cave, so not gonna be seeing him.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another vanilla-ish flavor, because that's another summoned monster.
And a dragon.
But yeah, rhybon doing the immediate tower clear, which is a move I like quite a lot. Won't get him that darkness crystal right away, but if the goods are on Earth, he'll be sitting pretty here. Really, who cares about Mylon's at this spot?
So, yeah, we're seeing 2 different underground battles right now.
Yeah. And 2 different fiends of the elements.
Yeah. One significantly more trivial than the other. And it's a good thing that Scratchdragon still has those Thor rages. Because
it's not even going to be an issue here, really.
I mean, yeah, but...
Like, he's using them for the prep, but it's not going to be a thing.
Especially not with... Oh, hey, we got dual Leviathans. It's, you know, if they
Leviathan,
had,
Leviathan.
If they had flipped the 2 screens, the wave would have gone all the way across the screen.
Would it have pushed them off the edge of the boat and then caused them to die and then not be able to be roused because that's just how the game used to work?
Cowabunga.
Oh, that's a glass hat from Mylon. And, well, that's a Porom. I actually really like Porom on this flag set.
And, you got a use for the Artemis arrows now.
Yeah, but,
well, except not now, because she's dead, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, an octopus managed to swim its way into the castle.
Well, he's octopus royalty. And that poor is gonna make those sirens that are inevitably gonna be stolen much easier. And
Oh,
rhybon, what you doing? Why you killing that siren before you steal anything from it? Oh.
Alright. So what they should do is they should put the octopus, like, tentacle there instead of the hand.
It's true, they should.
And we've got a sparkle in the super cannon, so it's gonna be some trivial D-lunars.
Kane still being equipped with the Avenger is not a betrayal. In fact, Scratchdragon betrayed the party. Not Scratchdragon, rhybon betrayed the party by having that still on him. Scratchdragon, meanwhile, gets the Legend Sword.
Also, rhybon getting rid of the D-lunars much faster with the Avenger.
Yeah,
And
I find that's often the case when it's a spot like that.
As rhybon's about to leave the tower, Scratchdragon's just coming in.
And we will see what that tower key from the start of the game gives us.
Yeah.
But first he's gonna try and pull for another chest. After he betrayed Kane by not having him equipped properly.
So, speaking of betrayal, as we get further and further into this seed and closer to the end, we kind of have to come to the realization that Edge is very fast.
Yes,
now,
he is.
why would we not want him to be very fast towards the end of the game?
Oh, you're asking the wrong commentator that question, because, I personally think we want to make him go as fast as we possibly can.
Well, so, because of, the way that the C hero flag works, that means our hero Edge is... well,
Edge is gonna be he's gonna be our anchor, which means the speeds of monsters are gonna be, assigned relative to him. And a lot of people think the game gets easier if you go really slow and you have a really slow anchor. But it turns out, if you have a really fast anchor, you're faster than pretty much anything else in the game if you do it right. And so you will find that if you go really fast, the game will often be easier.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't know enough about going fast to disprove it.
Like I always say, the people hated Neon Gray because they told them the truth.
So...
yeah, everyone you watching, you try going on, like, do a supermarket sweep on the ladder, because those are fast, and, you know, there's not much stakes there, and you can really set yourself up for optimal conditions, and you just try always anchoring on your fastest character with all the speed gear, agility gear you can find, and you will be surprised.
just rolling around at the speed of sound.
Okay. Everybody loves Poison Rock.
Not sure if that's true. Which is why it's only available as a harp song on special occasions.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you need to save that for when it's special. It's like Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas. But if you had Christmas all the time, that would be too much.
But I'm Jewish. Spoon. Now we can just go back and get that Ed. Oh.
Sadly, that Edge is the only person who can use that spoon.
But it means that somebody can use that spoon.
It's true. We
Which
do have
is-
circumstances where we can use that spoon.
Which is better than like 90% of the seeds.
Ooh, we are gonna... I don't think that's gonna do a kill right off. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, 2 hits will work, but...
It's fine.
Yeah, I know, it just...
Well, Scratchdragon doing his, sneak attack, which is, not succeeding much here.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get that slow there, and... Farm's still napping. She's not gonna cry for the nice robot. I mean...
This is also going to be interesting because rhybon is doing this grind with 6 key items in hand.
Oh, and Scratch is about to have 10.
Yeah, Scratchdragon's got 9, and that spoon will make it 10.
Oh, goodness.
And when you hit that 10, you get double XP.
It's true, that's gonna make for a much faster grind. Question is, you know what, if there's enough stuff, like, if there's enough buried value on the moon, the levels can normalize. But there might not be.
Yeah. But we have still not seen the moon. Scratchdragon has not launched the whale, and rhybon doesn't even have the darkness crystal.
Yeah, so not yet for moonanigans. That's my new word for moon shenanigans. I'm very smart. I will take your stunned silence at my creation of the word moonanigans as a sign that I am indeed a genius.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Good. Aww.
Coming down on a sunny day, Leonhardt?
Well, if we're gonna give more information that we already do live on stream, I'm gonna say that FF4FE is good at free enterprise.
I'll second that.
Gotcha.
Weren't the Moonanigans those 8-bit guys from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
I don't think so. I'm Canadian. I didn't have American networks.
Then how do you know Fraggle Rock?
Because they
Boom.
showed it on the CBC.
Boom!
It was on the CBC.
That sounds made up.
It's a Canadian Broadcasting Corporation.
Canadian Broadcasting.
Look, Muppets are a part of our Canadian heritage.
I don't know how to respond to that. But, so Scratchdragon's got his spoon now, and he's got sirens.
He's trying to decide what to do with that now.
Oh, he's going, to the Fey March.
Okie dokie.
Which, you know, somebody's got to show us who the king of the town of monsters is.
It's true, and we've got a number of easy bosses that it's not going to be, so...
Yeah.
It could be very bad.
Out of, like, the free, quote-unquote, free bosses, I think there's, but the other guards fight and Water Hag?
And Water Hag, of course, at Leviathan is...
Not free, not as free. Also,
yeah,
2 elven bows right
heavily
there.
Discounted, yeah. Oh, there's our Magma Key. Isn't that nice?
Oh, yeah, that's great. We can...
That's useful.
Well, that's gone.
Well, I for one, am glad to know that we have access to the underground, that, you know...
Well, you know, that'll be perfect for Scratchdragon to get him his 11th key.
Oh, gross.
Cool!
Thanks, I hate it. He's looking at his levels.
There's that Asuka seed we know and love.
Yeah, he goes into his items, highlights his siren. He knows what he needs to do. Forgot that he saved inside the Fey March.
And yeah, that was Valvalis at Queen, which is also not what you want to see.
So we were sitting at the King of Monsters spot was Baiga. Nobody's favorite boss. Many people's least favorite boss. In a spot that is very ugly for him.
Scratchdragon's like, heck this, I'm going to the moon.
Yeah, now I noticed that he did hover over his sirens to start, which means he's definitely thinking of grinding, so he might be going for gold dragons. He's got arty arrows, he's got a dragon whip.
Going for gold. Also, there's a centipede on Rhymon's side.
Yeah, looks like he's grabbing some silk webs, which is always a good call.
This is one of those things I never think about stealing.
It's one of those things that, if you've got a fast anchor, you really want to have, for Zeromus in particular, because, the relative agility system that the whole game runs on, silk webs will double, your opponent's relative agility. Which means, which means what's gonna happen, for an edge hero, you're going to be going in at either relative agility 2 or 3 on your anchor. So, Silk Web will give you either... That will bump the boss to either 4 or 6. So that just makes everything so much comfier.
I mean, even without a fast anchor, I always want a double stack of slow on Zeromus, which
yeah, but
the Silk Web
doesn't really
gives
do
you.
anything if it's if you're at like RA1, because it's just dropping into RA2. It's not. It's more of a security blanket at slower speeds.
Listen, I need all the help I can get.
It's true.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
That's
hey! It's another Ed. Another Eddie. So Edward was like, "You left me asleep, well now I'm on the moon!"
Now he is on the moon.
How do you like that, Obama?
I mean... Not very much, apparently. rhybon is also about to get the bad news about the magma key and the Beigen.
But knowing is half the battle.
It's true, but the other more important half of the battle is the battle.
Look, kid, I'm a computer. Stop all the download. This Scratchdragon's just going like all the way to the top of the...
So, like the top, only the opposite of the top.
Yeah, more like the bottom.
Yes. And yeah, we're going for gold dragons here.
Yeah.
He's got a single hourglass. I see. Right, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna get an immediate 10 key item slingshot off on that Porob, I assume. Yeah, we're lifing her up. rhybon already ground up. He's gonna fight that Beigen.
And that's already not going great. Dropping Kane down to 500 HP in one hit.
Yeah, it's looks like he's gonna have that Cecil cover that Kane, which not a bad call really, because that Kane is presumably about to equip that Avenger and just start going ham.
Quake is good against Beigen, because while those arms do regenerate, you want to try to take them out, because the more they're gone and the more he has to regenerate, the less those arms can attack you. So,
yeah, and that's huge on this spot. Like, for other less punchy but still high hit point spots, there's something to be said for taking out one arm and then just leaving the other. But here, no, you would prefer to not die.
yeah, so AoE attacks on Beigen to get rid of the
levels
arms.
on Scratchdragon's Porob.
Yeah, just a few. Look, Demi, that is technically correct math, but I don't like it.
See, Demarine, how does that math work out if instead of a white mage you've got a scholar? That would put your knowing, or a scholar. That would put your knowing over 50%. It's not knowing is over half the battle. This doesn't seem very balanced. This knowing-based battle system.
I mean, blame G.I. Joe. They're the real American hero. Also, rhybon won that fight.
Yeah.
And everyone was still alive, too.
Gets a defense sword for his trouble. Very nice.
That's actually a pretty good prize.
Yeah. Like, it's no second Avenger, but
it's pretty good for Kane to have.
Yeah, like, going from a Poison Axe into Avenger to a defense sword over Avenger, I will call that a step up.
I see this as an absolute win.
Yes. Scratchdragon doing more of those gold dragons, which is not a fight you really see a ton of on this flag set. Usually it's eggs, which, in general, is a lot more of a convenient grind. It's a much safer grind. But as we're gonna see here, the dragons are a much more profitable grind. So
Yeah, with tanky items, he just got 120k for a pair.
yeah.
And, that's without the life glitch, because there is no life glitch in this flag set.
Gosh, I had the occasion to take some gold dragons in a mystery ladder race the other day. I even had the life glitch, and I was like, 180,000 XP. I had forgotten how good these were. Like, they're so good.
Problem is, they blitz, which, I mean, Scratchdragon's team is doing pretty alright against, but, I mean, that's still, like, 930 damage to Edge right there.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. I would actually not sweat too much over Edge, because Edge is gonna get XP no matter what. But, you want to keep him at least up, so you've got a dummy target.
Yeah, rhybon not taking the Porum, not too surprising. Although, still leaves, Bridia as his white mage.
You know what? If you're doing enough damage, healing is a DPS loss. And given that he's coming from behind on levels, the fact that he's not going to have any time basically devoted to healing unless it's an emergency, that might be what he needs to help make things up. As I know too, he did grab at least a couple Bacchus wine that he's sitting on.
Yeah. Though at a certain point in, the Zeromus fight, you kinda gotta heal after those, big bangs.
If there's enough big bangs that they kill you before it dies, you're not doing enough damage.
This is a mostly physical party, though.
Yeah.
I'm just... I don't... I've had several questions about your math tonight, Neon, and, look, I'm not good at math myself, but I don't know, that just doesn't seem right.
You get one nerf Big Bang. And then you get your big strong boys able to handle an unnerfed Big Bang. That should be all the Big Bangs you need.
So that's a big bang and a half.
Yeah.
But what if they high roll?
Not gonna high roll on everybody.
So rhybon's gotta turn in that rat tail.
Probability is also math. You just gotta get your gamble freak on. That's all.
I probably shouldn't. I have an addictive personality.
Look, you don't pay to play free enterprise. It's safer than a gacha.
Wait, hang on. You don't pay to play this?
I mean, just the $20 that you give to me every week. That's just a normal fee that everybody pays. But other than that, no, it's not like a gacha pull.
Wait. So people are doing this for free.
No. Forget what I said. Keep sending me your money.
I thought you said that money was for protection.
It is. It's for protection from unjust economic systems.
Then why am I still in capitalism?
See, that's why you're giving me the money. I'm protecting you.
But that's capitalism.
But it is free enterprise.
Hey, there's a free fight on the moon.
Oh, very nice. And that is the ribbon spot, isn't that?
Yeah, it is the ribbon room. So,
which means
of
if
course,
Scratch wanted to be really cheeky here, he cannot, because he does not have quite enough levels for that. Oh, no, you can't do that with a Medusa arrow. I was gonna say, Life 2 grind works on this flag set.
I was gonna say, just to get the most experience out of it, just kill the officer first. Otherwise, he'll run away and you don't get his sweet XP.
Yeah, but you can Life 2 the officer and get more of his sweet XP. But
yes.
That seems pretty unlikely here.
Life 2, the officer, with our team of Cecil, Kane, Edge, Rydia, and Porum, who is not, like, super high level.
Yeah, I mean, sure, Porum gets Life 2 as, like, one of her last spells when you wouldn't need to do it anymore, but you can still Life 2 these guys, if you wanted. And
wow.
we're trying to win a race.
Wow, rhybon rolled a 1-star character.
Are you trying to get us muted?
I mean, look, if it happens, that's not our fault. That's Asuka's fault.
Just making sure our butts are covered.
I mean, I'm at home. My butt doesn't have to be covered.
I would have a cat's claws in it before too long if mine wasn't.
Wow, Scratchdragon's got a Bahamut. That's pretty good to have when you have Iridia.
Yeah, I for one enjoy seeing Bahamut.
Scratchdragon also got a Twin Harp. So I get the feeling we're not seeing that until he's cleared the moon, though.
Yeah, I suspect he's gonna...
At the very least, the,
He's gonna see what else he can get up here, yeah.
Leviathan! Come on, Leviathan mirror match! Except he's got Bahamut now, so why does he need that?
Yeah.
But
Is our soundtrack changes from
1v1 me in the White Spear altar.
Could do that. Or we could replace the Leviathan song with Answers.
Guess who else is also here?
Oh, it's Leviathan.
What if they both used Leviathan against Leviathan?
Well, that would be endless.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Leviathans! Also, hey, Bahamut's back with a vengeance after we abandoned him over in Mist Cave.
Yeah, well, you know, he's got messages to all of his children, to whom life flows abundant. Look, I learned all these lyrics. I'm gonna use them.
So, Scratchdragon is past Leviathan and gets a Protect Ring. I mean, it's not the worst ring.
I mean, I'm really sad to have a Protect Ring.
It's got a nice ring to it, but...
Wow.
What?
That wasn't even trying.
Neon. I haven't tried at anything in my entire life, and I'm not about to start now.
Okay, fine.
And who's at the Ooga Booga? Oh,
It's you guys.
it's the Magus sisters, who I don't like to see on a good day.
You know what's really good at dealing with Mega Sisters?
Mute arrows?
I was gonna say Bahamut, but I just was reminded how high the magic is here.
Yeah. That's... well, there's Bahamut anyway. And,
That should buy enough time.
Speaking of sisters, rhybon is fighting the officer-soldier fight.
I do believe that's a group of sisters now. They're all very cute. We are through on Scratchdragon's side on those Mega Sisters.
Oh, and Palom just stones the rest of them, and they're all gone. Oh, nice samurai arrows.
Yeah, it's not something you can find in a shop.
These are some great moon prizes. I mean, okay, the Bahamut and the Twin Harp are pretty good, but, like...
Yeah, but it's like... You know... Yeah, it's like if your mom tells you you've got key items at home, and that's the key item that you've got at home.
I just, like, pull through, order one Darkness Crystal, and then leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who likes the Crystal Sword Altar?
We've got Demarine here in chat, who I've seen, and we know she likes the Crystal Sword Altar.
I don't know. I don't know if it has enough Porum for her.
That's a kind of Porum.
Scratchdragon's like, nah.
Not like that. Not with an Avenger equipped.
Yeah.
Literally, Gret just grabs the first thing that isn't an Avenger and just slaps it on.
Sure.
Oh yeah, this'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, he gets everybody who batters back up. We're good.
And rhybon's getting his samurai arrows, and if I had to guess, his next destination is probably this Dark Knight.
I would assume so. We're gonna get our levels here. Oh, there's a nuke.
Alright. That's a Luca key.
Yeah, this mode is just the key items at home.
It was not on the second floor, but
And I think we can safely assume Radio's primary cast is going to be Nuke from here on out. But that Bahamut is going to be great to have in hand for really expediting that wagon that he knows is down there.
So,
which is good, because our runners are pretty much neck and neck, except Scratchdragon has not killed that wagon.
yeah. And on the flip side, Scratchdragon is technically one boss ahead of rhybon in the moon. And no, we have not seen a D-Mist.
Yeah, we do not know where D-Mist is. We know that Bahamut is doing her job down in this cave very kindly.
And our final boss of the lunar subterrane is Odin.
Fine.
So this could go either really well or really not well.
Ooh, fire into Avenger. That's not. That Kate is not going to be doing much damage. Like 1600.
Yeah, that's not great.
On the other hand, I don't think we're really hurting for it here. rhybon also gets his Luca key for a full keyring.
And Odin is down before it can get that Zantetsuken off.
Very nicely done, and looks like rhybon needs a nap in the big whale first.
And this is Zeus Gauntlet. It's
honestly happier to see that than the Twin Orb or the Luca Cave.
I mean, we've got like 3 physical fighters here. Like, that Zeus Gauntlet is not something to sneeze at.
Yeah, like, I am happier to have that than I am to have a Twin Orb or a Luca Key. Will bring more joy into my life. But I like when the game gives me big, strong boys with big, strong gloves.
But what if big, strong girls with big, strong gloves?
I mean, Rydia can't equip it once she's been through the dwarf castle.
Which she has. Oh, hey! Here's our water hag.
There's our water hag.
Well, this is, would you look at that? A free objective.
Just sitting there. Oh, rhybon is also just ripping Odin a new one. Yeah, and as we see here, from doing the moon full clear, like, our team levels have mostly normalized against each other, our opponents.
Yeah, rhybon has that. Oh, white shirt's not.
It's better for Scratchdragon than for rhybon, because
yeah.
that Korub is going to be real happy to have that.
Yeah, it's better than the black belt that she's already got. Wow.
Black belt with silent staff? That kid can bonk. You don't want her to have to bonk, and she shouldn't be bonking with this team, but she can bonk.
But rhybon had a slight advantage on the Odin because he has Palom, and Palom was throwing out lit 3s. Also, rhybon left the moon without going to Cave Bahamut. Am I the only one who noticed this?
Oh, he's not been to Value Cave.
Just, Not... Is he... Maybe... No, he didn't even leave a save on the moon. So I was thinking maybe he left a save on the moon to check and see if there was any value with Twin Harp or Luca Key, but...
Yeah, but it looks
No.
like we are seeing divergence, so Scratchdragon is going for music, while rhybon is going for Luca. So we're gonna see the battle of which one's right. And if it is at music, then Scratchdragon's got an advantage, because all he'll have to do is,
You know, I bet rhybon is expecting something like bigger at Cave Bahamut than the water hag that's there.
it's possible, but he's super leveled. I'm gonna be curious when it comes to interview about his thoughts here for fading that now.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting fade to do when you've cleared the LST and it's an objective to do Bahamut.
Yeah, like you know by now that you can take any spot in the game.
But anyway, they're about to make both of us shut up for once, because it's about music.
Everybody loves White on Purim.
That was the most dramatic way to do that.
Hey, sometimes you just don't have a kamikaze around.
So
Oh,
dramatic.
that's a pass at Luca. Either way, we're hoping to hear it once we get the audio switched. This beautiful tune of Black Chocobo music.
Oh, well, if anyone can read fast enough, you can see what the tune is that we're missing.
Yeah, well, we'll hear it shortly, as rhybon is also heading over there.
So,
we
anyway...
will not be deprived of music yet.
Yep, and we're... Oh. So that's, kind of needed.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Anyway, the music again? Music again.
Ratch fades to treasury, which is objectively the right call. Music time. Yeah, that'll be Battle 1 from Xenosaga, which is, of course, underappreciated Yasunori Mitsuda classic.
Yep. But you know what's not underappreciated about Xenosaga? The price of the third installment.
I think we have
Anyway,
an
there
air
was...
horn sound effect. That needed an air horn sound effect. Or maybe a rim shot.
So there was an Ogopogo at the first slot.
Emphasis on was.
Yeah, Ogopogo, one of the more threatening bosses in this game. Not so threatening when it's here, and also you have a party like this. And also Sid's here, because why not?
Yeah. And this is going to be really interesting once both... Of course. There's our misdragon. I was gonna say, this will be really interesting once we get through this, because we're gonna have both of our runners, hike and a fight from their crystal popping.
Yeah, that, so Rydia's mom, probably has the adamant, or...
If it isn't just the reward for this.
Or the package, yeah. Adamant and package, one's here, one's at Rydia's mom. And then, both, runners...
Yeah, I guess we
assuming
got
they
a
go
full
forge,
plate here, yeah.
assuming they go forge, will be in go mode, but in different go modes.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we won't have to worry about... Oh, that's just adamant! So both of them are going to be running to, just going at a dead run to forge, and then just, going straight through that moon.
But, like...
Ooh, Scratch doing that check here,
But, like, you know,
yeah, looking for pass, as everybody's saying, which...
Of course we know, there's the package.
Yep.
So, good thing he parked on the right side and not the left.
Yeah. But right now, he's got a few seconds lead, probably about, I guess, a 30-second lead at this point. We have a heck of a race here.
And, rhybon wouldn't have to go forge that sword if he had done Cave Bahamut when he was on the moon.
He'd also be a little further behind right now, though, so...
Right.
And Scratchdragon here, picking up his, Silk Web now.
But yeah, different go modes because rhybon did the King of the Town of Monsters and Scratchdragon did Cave Bahamut.
Yeah, and like this is a rare seed where either route is, as we can see here, equally viable.
Yeah, they both took just about the same amount of time.
Yeah, and it's just a question of what you felt more comfortable doing, and in this case, made more sense for Scratch to get his levels on the moon. Oh, Artie Bow. You know, that would... Womp womp.
Welp. Cool. So, you know, it would be interesting, depending on what boss was at the sealed cave. If rhybon had fought it and kept that pass before going to, Cave Magnus, would he have an advantage? Because he would not have to fly back up to the moon and...
With as tight as this is, I don't actually think so. Because that would just basically put him, like, the duration of time of running through the cave, or behind, which is about the same amount of time as running through the subterranean. So I think if it's in that specific spot, it's not going to be faster. I think maybe if you're really optimally warping, but oof, I'm not sure it would be faster.
Mm-hmm. Oh, rhybon's fighting the inventory boss just to even see what's in the
Meanwhile,
shop.
yeah, Scratch is gaining every second here.
Yeah, he bought a couple ribbons and a arty bow.
Yeah, I like that quite a lot. You can, of course, start either that Rydia or Porum equipped with an Arty, or in this case it would be a Rydia, or the Pelip. Oh yeah, he bought 2 Arty bows, so my guess is he's planning to start off, 2 of, Rydia, Pelib, or Cecil with Arty bows, just to give them that extra speed boost to bring them up closer to edge, so they'll get more turns, or a more favorable turn distribution.
Yeah.
Yeah, 49 agility anchor, so we are looking at RA3. Lousy weapons on the edge.
Yeah, I didn't find much.
We're taking off that ninja shirt, which I do not love, just because it's got so much magic defense.
Yeah, I've been trying to lower that speed. And yeah, Palom just got the bow.
Yeah, like 49 is a little awkward because you're basically dead center of the range. And you are going to be much higher than the rest of the party.
Even with Scratchdragon getting up to the end of the walkway while rhybon is just landing at the lunar subterrane, but it still could be anybody's game.
Yeah, because we don't know how these fights are going to go. Zemus is a fight where you can very easily think you're in control, but you might not be.
Yeah, and when you've got a speedy edge as an anchor, who knows where you go. Also, we've got some flags being thrown out in chat.
Yeah, see, this is the official flag of the Liberation Party. They fight for the liberation of very very important cause. And I think also there's some sort of a monster that comes up at the end of this game. He may or may not have some sort of a butt.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
like this.
Yeah,
we kind of randomized that. We randomized that butt.
Yeah, so we ask, as I once would have learned in my Canadian elementary school French class, quel butt est-il?
Exactly.
That's what you get for getting a Canadian on the mic. A bilingual cast.
Oh, hey! Look who it is.
It's Calamity!
Yeah.
One of our amazing sequencers for this game. He's done I think still most of the subs in the pool. Xenocat has been doing a ton and is catching up quite rapidly. But those wonderful harp tunes, you know what? A lot of them are done up by our good friend Calamity. Also does a lot of Final Fantasy XIV PvP streams lately, which is a lot of fun. You can watch him beat up random people.
That's 10 whole Final Fantasies later.
It's true.
Like, Does that mean Palom and Porum are all grown up by that point?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a good dart edge. And rhybon pulling up now right as that first big hits.
You know, I also have it on good authority that Calamity does have a butt.
I have heard this fact. I'm given to understanding that most human beings do possess a butt.
I was about to say something, but then I thought it might be a bit too TMI.
Do you not have a butt?
No, I have a butt.
Well, good, because how would you sit?
Not well.
Yeah.
And rhybon has revealed the true form of Zeromus.
And yes, and as Scala points out, there is a doggo in that sprite as well, so there are 2 butts in this sprite. 2 butts for the price of 1.
Do harps have sprites? I mean,
Here's
butts.
a sprite of a harp right there.
Do they have butts? Hi, I know what words are.
Well, I have done a quick Google search of do harps have butts, and I have been provided with Hieronymus Bosch butt music. So, perhaps they do.
See, I Google things like that, and Google just puts me on a list. Also, Radia kind of nuked Cecil to death on Scratchdragon's side.
Not to death, he's fine. Look at him right there.
Oh, because he's alive again. We're getting a black hole on Scratchdragon's side.
Get that mail coming back up.
And Asura coming in handy on rhybon's side.
Oh, it does do a good heal there.
You know, Scratchdragon might just be doing completely reflect strats, because I don't think I've seen any of his characters out.
Yeah, that looks like a pure reflect.
And with Calm Llamas down, he must have skipped the refill.
Yeah, GG Scratchdragon coming in at 145.42. And rhybon is still hot on his heel, because I do not see a wipe coming here.
Yeah, this is pretty set.
So we are just gonna wait and see about getting our winner in here while we wait for him. We're just gonna watch the end of this fight.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't seem like there's anything that could go wrong for rhybon at this point. So I expect to see either rocks or just the crack.
Yeah, the nuke coming. We just saw another shake, so we are probably gonna skip video, is my guess.
Yeah, those nukes are doing heavy damage. Oh, then there.
Down he goes.
Alright.
GG to rhybon. Very close race here, coming in at 147.07. GG there. We seem to be joined by both rhybon and Scratchdragon, just waiting for them to unmute. And GG's to both of you. Super tight race.
GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, GG Scratch.
I did not think you were that close behind me. I honestly thought you were ahead of me the entire time.
Well, I mean, clearly not.
Well, I mean, evidently not.
Yeah.
It was a good
I
race.
felt like I did, yeah, great race. I felt like I did pretty good, but there's definitely some places I could have cleaned up. And you definitely showed your experience and pulled ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this was, honestly, this was a seed more catered to the long run. I feel I'm pretty comfortable doing the, look, you have to do everything.
Yeah, pretty much an honorary 17 out of 17. I'm guessing you didn't go pick up the package.
Yeah, I mean, if that was, it made sense to pick up the package, because if you go pick up that, the missed item and it's the pass, then I don't have to walk the moon, which is
Right.
pretty nice.
You didn't check Luca to see that the path is down there.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So,
oh, I mean, we should be letting the interviewers probably talk, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's now our show.
I mean,
Congratulations, we're taking over.
We've been
Alright.
talking for the last hour and 47 minutes. Y'all can talk some if y'all want.
This is our channel now.
Where's my flag? Wait, we already had those. No, I mean, it was a good scene. I'm sure the commentators may or may not have questions about the splendid things that happened in the seed.
Yeah.
I know to Scratch. Because one thing is the two of you did play this seed both very differently. And both of you noped out of one completely different thing from each other. Scratch, you walked down into that summon monsters, that throne room, took one look at that Baigon, and promptly opened up your inventory, hovered over your sirens meaningfully, and then dramatically reset to the same room instead of outside the cave. I thought was very funny.
When you have a out of body experience for like 10 seconds over the debate if you want to do summon king monsters over doing anything else, you tend to confuse yourself a bit. But no, I looked at that boss and said to myself, I could do that. Be slow, but I can do it. So I think I was better served to actually go and grind a little bit, make the boss a little bit faster, and then do the walk at the same time, because I had the Leviathan at the time. It's just that fight was just going to be like a slow
neither
enough.
neither you were foolish enough to take that without grinding. I'll say that much. rhybon, I don't think you even walked into that cave, Bahamut. What was up with that?
No, I didn't. I figured, well, I don't have the pass yet, and I'm probably gonna have to dive the moon anyway. So let's go down to the Earth, try to figure out if I can find either the Earth Crystal or the Adamant, and then I'll just hit up Cave Bahamut on the way back up. Of course, on the way down, I'm like, wait a second, what if I find the pass down there? What if I find an Earth Crystal, I do Zot, and I get the pass? Well, now I'm an idiot. But by that point, it was too late. I have to commit to my mistake. And from talking to Scratch just after the game, it turned out that it was a pretty free fight in there. I probably should have taken a look, but live and learn.
Yeah, I mean, that one, stopping there might actually have gotten you the win just because of how tight that was. But otherwise, it was super close watching the both of you play. And, just, comparing, say, you, rhybon, who, a pink puff, just started, brand new, and Scratch, you've been around for like as long as I have. You've been around for forever, and just seeing the both of you just come so close together, that's really cool.
Yeah, y'all were like the entire race was pretty neck and neck. Like, I think it's a little harder to tell at the beginning because y'all did like you did like the Earth in like kind of like a completely different order from each other, but like other than that, like y'all were generally maybe like a room apart at most when it came to like the moon.
Jeez. I'm guessing that we both had like similar like treasure paths. I saw I opened up 100 treasure chests, which I feel is like way too many. So I did. I'm guessing you did Eblin and Eblin Castle as well. I might have done a couple of extra checks in like Watery Pass while you were doing Hobbs, because I saw you picked up a Palom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I definitely did Eblin early on. I went back to the trap chest afterwards, after I picked up the Riddy, I believe. But I never did Eblin Cave, actually. By that point, I believe I had looted enough. So I'm not sure if there was anything useful in there. Did you find a crystal sword, anybody?
Nah, I wish. Come on, you know how it works. Find Avenger, never find Crystal Sword.
Did you find the light sword?
I did find the light sword.
In the Antlion Cave?
Yes. I actually checked what I like to call Pixel Room.
I think I've heard it called the Carter Administration Room because no one's been in there since the Carter Administration.
Oh Lord.
But yeah,
funny
I was
enough.
very surprised to find it in there.
But no. So where'd you do your grind is my question.
So before I headed down to the town of monsters, I dived tower immediately after I got underground and cleared the hook route. And on the way down, I picked up my 16 sirens and I did my grind because I didn't know who was down there at the king spot, but I wanted to be able to kill them immediately. I didn't want to make 2 trips down there. And that's where I did my grind. Just, I believe, 16 eggs. Got most of my Zerkers to mid-40s, I believe. Palom and Iridia were nowhere near nuke by that point. They were like low 40s, so they had a long way to go. But Quake and Leviathan were enough to get through Baigen in an okay amount of time. But not nearly as fast as a water hag on the moon.
Yeah, I mean, that was the other thing that discouraged me from actually doing Baigen, was the fact that I only had like I had the Zerkers and the Iridia, but I had a healer, which was great and all. And how many crystal armors did you find? I think I found 3.
I might have found 2. I found definitely 1, I think, early in either Eblin or Antlion Cave. That guy sold immediately. Then I found the Cecil. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, I found mine in Eblin because I went through Eblin later and said, okay, this gets slapped on Cecil immediately so he can cover everyone, and regardless of, and that's basically a free walk down hook route as well.
Mm-hmm. And how did you do your grind? Did you end up doing Gold Dragon on the moon?
I did Gold Dragons on the moon. I think I ended up using, I had a 1 hourglass, which got me started.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did maybe 2 or 3 Gold Dragons after that with 10 key items.
Okay, yeah. I did my grind without 10 key items. That probably cost me a lot of time. But by the time I got underground, I think I had 5 total key items. I'm like, I'm nowhere near. May as well just grind early, grind often, but didn't work out this time.
Yeah, in this case, just because of the amount of gear that I felt that I had, I didn't feel pressed to actually do my grind until absolutely necessary. Mm-hmm. Because with Avenger Sword, Kane, Light Sword, Cecil, double full moon, Edge, and then Leviathan, Iridia is just, there's no bosses that could really challenge you at the time. And then by the time I got up to the moon, it was just kill all the gold dragons.
So you never found any better weapon than full moons for Edge then, huh?
I found that scrap.
Yeah, found that too. I was like, man, where's a ninja sword? My kingdom for a ninja sword. I couldn't find a single one.
Yeah, I didn't find any ninja swords. By the time I was done looting, I sat there and said I didn't need to do anything else.
Yep. Congratulations, Edge. Your goal in life, or your purpose in life now, is to steal legs from me and just try to ruin my agility. And he did a great job of that.
At least mine threw a scrap, a spoon, and an Avenger.
I forgot to throw a spoon. I actually completely forgot I had it too.
Oh, no. I love the spoon. The spoon is the greatest thing. You can ask Oscar.
Oh yeah, I know how much she likes it. Just not on this flag set, unfortunately.
Shoot, it's great on this flag set. May the spirit of Edward be with us forever. As we found 2 Edwards?
I found one. I think he was on the moon, right? No, he was.
There was an Edward on the moon.
Oh, there was.
And there was an Edward in the bed because I stopped in Kaipo.
Oh, that answered that. Yeah, by that point I'd done my grind, so I'm no longer interested in anybody in the bed.
Yes. But if you guys got any more questions? Who? Where? When? Why? It's our show now.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's our
no,
show.
I
We're
mean,
asking the
I think
questions.
between what the 2 of you covered and
Yeah, I
what
think
I
y'all
asked already, yeah.
y'all interviewed each other, so
Making life easy for the commentators. Once upon a time ago, but
I know it's so difficult for us. You just
Yeah, like, it's so hard sitting here, watching this really good race between 2 really good players, where it's really close and really exciting. It's so hard.
man, I do not envy you guys. But this is our show. Any last thoughts, rhybon?
Well, I'll see you on Friday, and I'll do my best to take it to a game 3.
I'm looking forward to it. You can come after my neck all you want. I'm coming for everyone's neck.
All
But last thoughts from me before we go. I just want to shout out the commentators, shout out the Restream team, the trackers, everyone who decides to watch every debacle that is one of my races. Shout outs to all the admins that are hosting the tournament every year. It's great, and as Dijon said, I've been around and I'm older than dirt when it comes to this game, so it's great to see. It's great to see all the competitors and all the new players come in and really, really maximize this game.
Indeed. I have to echo the same thing. Thanks, Neon and Dijon, for talking for the last 2 hours at this point about the seed, as well as Asuka for rolling this amazing seed, and Klopfer for pushing the buttons.
well, all right. So this was a good race, and we all had fun. But now I think it's time we keep the fun going by taking the fun somewhere else. And we're gonna be rating Count Zero, who's doing some ladder practice seeds, as usual. Don't spoil the race at all.
Yeah, or we're gonna hunt you down and bonk you if you spoil.
Asuka knows where you live.
I have cats. They'll eat you. One of them's very old and very hungry, okay?